Hello, welcome to Coaches Weekly. This is Jim Egan filling in for CJ Sellner this week, and I'm here with the Cougar women's lacrosse coach, Brian Patterson. Brian, we're about roughly halfway through the season here, and I kind of feel like this week is when it really all gets going. Not one, but two conference matches this week, and you know, it's going to be exciting to get to the meaty part of the schedule, I guess you might say.
Half through the season, this is that weird time of year where things become more of a grind. So keeping the girls motivated is pretty much the key to right now. And having a week where we have two games is a real blessing because it breaks up that monotony. You get that full week of practice. By the end of the week, kind of tired and sick of each other. So at least now we get a game on Wednesday, game on Saturday. So good breakup for us, and hopefully it'll be a good sign for us as well.
All right, now this week's schedule is an interesting one. On Wednesday, the Cougars are traveling to Carroll in Waukesha, Wisconsin, a fairly young, not terribly heavy on experience team. So basically we've got two teams kind of in the same boat there on Wednesday. And then Saturday you're back home to a more experienced team in Concordia, Wisconsin. And if I'm not mistaken, Concordia, Wisconsin figured as one of the favorites to win the conference this year.
Yeah, on Wednesday, like I said, playing Carroll. Carroll, this is their second year. They had their first program victory, I believe, last week or week before. So, they're riding a little bit high from that. But yeah, it's going to be the same type of situation for them as with us. A lot of new players, a lot of new faces to the game. And I think we could have a pretty competitive game back and forth between the two of us. Saturday, on the other hand, we're playing CU Dub. Like you said, a lot more experience. They have players that have played for 4, 5, 6 years. Their program itself, I believe, is in their 7th season. So it's going to be a lot more of an uphill battle against them. But hopefully we can hold our own and have enough confidence going there to not fear the name and the prestige that they have in the program and play our own game.
All right, Brian, as I said, we're about halfway, maybe even just a little over halfway into the team's first season. What maybe one or two areas would you say that you and your assistant coach, Liz Blake, are most pleased with in this first season?
I'm most pleased with the amount of effort that the players put in. I believe I said this before, you start off with a record like ours being 0-9. It's real easy for players to start tuning you out, players to not keep buying into what we're trying to do, but it's been the exact opposite. Actually, I think it's motivated them even more to get better, to put in more time in the weight room, in the gyms and things like that, and work hard at practice. So we've been really lucky with that. Secondly, their conference level. It's kind of hard to say confidence is rising when the record might not reflect as such, but they actually become more confident in themselves. When we first started out, it was like a deer in headlights. When we played Alma, they were like, "Oh my God, what are we doing out here? These girls are so fast," things like that. And now, the girls are really settling in, and they're actually becoming confident in their abilities to play lacrosse and their abilities as athletes in general as well. And
certainly it has been easy to see the confidence level grow with some of those players, and I'd say especially your captains. Your captains, it just seems, have really set a good tone, a good, I guess, attitude from day one.
Yeah, they have. They bought in from day one. We have 2 senior captains, 1 freshman captain. The 2 seniors, they've both played sports here at Concordia for years. The freshman, not so much because obviously she's a freshman, but they have just been able to motivate the players, get them all on board, and keep them in line, and really been a reinforcement of the values that myself and Coach Blake are trying to instill on the team.
Okay. And finally, the Cougars home this Saturday against Concordia, Wisconsin. That's going to be part of an interesting day on campus here. For those who don't know, we have 4 of our sports teams in action right here on campus. There's going to be a lot of activities going on at once, but it has to be exciting for your team to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool, to have such a buzz around the campus that we're going to have in baseball, softball, men's lacrosse, and our team all going all at once, to have so many people seeing the facilities, seeing what we have to offer here. We have a great spring sports program here, and we're hoping to become part of that and just to help show it off this weekend. And we really believe that, we're all going to come together as one big happy family and cheer each other on when we have a little downtime as well. I definitely plan on being out at the softball and baseball games and the men's lacrosse game as well.
All right. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to your team's games this week, and looking forward to having you back here next Monday to talk about the Carroll and Concordia Wisconsin games. For CJ Sellner and women's lacrosse head coach Brian Patterson, I'm Jim Egan. Thank you for watching Coaches Weekly.